this next video started.
Alright.
But it's really not something so...
No. Why are we back on Sherlock again? Well, I think it'd be a
Great idea to
Just like take a little breather away from Fallout.
We've done a lot of Fallout back to back, and
Our brain can't process too much more. And not only that, we've skipped over a lot, and I mean a lot of Sherlock Holmes that we never even got into. We didn't even finish the video.
well, that's a good point. Fine,
Laters!
let's run some more Sherlock.
Something so pivotal as to be the start of an episode. It's a show about solving crimes. The episode should be starting with a crime, a thing happens that piques your interest, like the first 2 episodes did. But by the time of the 3rd episode, we open on Sherlock being shitty, dramatically walking out, and the credits go, and then we cut to Sherlock being shitty in his house for another 3 minutes. There's a head. Ooh, there's a head in the fridge. How wacky. The actual start of the episode's fucking plot is...
Hey, I had to come back in time to tell you you responded to this. It's just the same thing. He's making the same points. Just skip ahead. Skip ahead just a little bit.
Okay.
I've lost him. I don't know what.
Sherlock, while examining the body, refers to pre-existing events he's clearly studied and actively recommends others do the same. Instead of simply telling everyone how smart he is, he makes a tangible reference to a piece of information that could be relevant. We're seeing his reasoning in action. We're also getting strong characterization while the plot moves forward of Sherlock checking the body and making comments that teach us about Sherlock and about the case. Characterization and story are happening at the same time and not in separate segments for the first 6 minutes before the story decides to start. Lestrade assumes that...
I think I got this one.
No, you don't.
I know one of the things I said in previous episodes, and I keep saying over and over again, sometimes it's extremely hard to dispute the things that he says because they have no merit based on the actual show. He pulls them off of other shows and other characterizations. It's like me watching House and then pulling things off of House that should be related to this show, and it's 2 separate shows. So understanding past classic versions of Sherlock Holmes, they have different iterations, different things that they pull from to make that show what it is. Once you have a client base for that show, you have to keep it within that spectrum realm, if that makes sense. You can't make one episode 100% different compared to the very next episode that comes out.
And I said it once and I'll say it again. Why would you make every single episode start off with a mystery or a case that Sherlock is solving instead of natural situations happening to him? Just like in the Baskerville cases, just like in... We're not going to get into all of this. Let's move on. Oh crap, what's going on with my audio production? Come on guys, let's get this thing fixed back there.
That's better. That's better.
Sherlock learns and how he learns it. We're shown Sherlock inspecting the body and instead making the conclusion, based on the inside of a dirty wedding ring being clean, that the woman is a serial adulterer. This actually doesn't have very much impact on the story whatsoever, it's just the writers finding a way to be clever by having Sherlock derive an entire sexual...
Oh, for God's sakes.
You know what? I actually found something quite interesting.
Oh, this is getting rather fun, isn't it?
Instead of poking holes in a story that probably isn't going anywhere, I found something actually quite interesting I just want to bring up. Actually, Sherlock Holmes was actually inspired by Dr. Joseph Bell, which is pretty cool.
But how do you know about them?
Elementary, my dear Watson.
Where secrets lurk in every shadowy corner, a figure emerges. Not a Cape Crusader or a clandestine spy, but a doctor. A doctor with an uncanny knack for solving mysteries. This, dear listeners, is the story of Dr. Joseph Bell. Bell was not just an ordinary physician. His keen eye for detail and his razor-sharp wit set him apart. A professor at the University of Edinburgh's medical school, he was known for his remarkable diagnostic skills, often deducing a patient's occupation, habits, and ailments. Just a cursory glance among the sea of awestruck students at a young Arthur Conan Doyle, observing every word, every gesture, and every deduction. Little did he know that these would forever change his life in the landscape of detective fiction. Bell's methods were uncannily similar to those of literature's greatest detectives, Sherlock Holmes, the art of deduction, the science of observation, and the ability to read the story hidden in the smallest details. All these were the hallmarks of Bell's diagnostic prowess, and they found a new life in the character of Holmes. But Bell's influence didn't end up with inspiring a legendary character. His methods found a place outside the confines of the medical school in the pages of a book. They were adopted.
Thank you for your patronage.